Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 299. It's been quite a journey so far, hasn't it? We have a couple more to go, and then that's it. So the question is, I could every once in a while when I pick up something, I could jump on and do a video, or we could continue this on through my fairly minimal CD collection. I don't have a lot because most of them I've digitized, but I do have a few. So if you guys think I should do a continuation with my CD collection, let me know. If not, then I don't know. Maybe I won't. Who knows? We'll see. That's what I meant to say. In the meantime, we have one more today from Mark Roback's very generous package that he sent me. This is a really interesting one. This is from RCA and Brooklyn Records from 1974. It's called The Great Groups. It's a double album. And there's some interesting things about that I'll get to here in just a second. Typically with these kind of compilations albums, they're really only issued once. They might be issued in multiple formats, record, cassette, that sort of thing. But typically there aren't, historical release issues because they have, they have to go back and get additional licensing and all that stuff. And, whatever it sells the first time is pretty much what it's going to sell. So really, you're going to get an original copy every time you get one. This, honestly, is an original copy. It's really interesting. Take a look at the cover. What do you think of this? I'll tell you, I find it very weird because first you've got like Richard Nixon here who looks like he's crawled out of the grave. Then you've got what looks like Hans Gruber, who's happy that he got one over on John McClane. In the middle, you've got what looks like Vampira. Here, this kind of looks like Kennedy. I'm not sure who that looks like, but they all look like they're corpses. I don't, it's weird. It's creepy. This is not meant to be a Halloween album. It's a very strange album cover. And it's green. It's very green, which also it's not a St. Patrick's Day thing. So I don't know. It's a very interesting and unique release, I would say. The other thing about it that I find unique is that it's a very thin and not brittle. It's got a lot of give to it. It's a very thin cover. It's not very protective. We just have generic sleeves in this one. But the reason that I point this out is because it's a double album. And usually with a double album, you would want a little extra bracing, something like that, because now you got two vinyls that are going to cut through it. And so to have such a thin sleeve seems a little bit weird. So there's that on the front side. The back side's a little bit worn, got a tear here. Actually, the front side's pretty worn too. So I'm going to guess again that this might have been gifted to Gail because all the other stuff that I've gotten from her collection was very, very, very well taken care of. So we're going to, and there's no song list on the way, by the way. So unless they had some on the outer packaging, you would literally have no idea what you're getting by buying this album because it's listed nowhere. You just have this. You have this, no song list, no group list, nothing to go off of. So this may have been a TV one, but if you went in the record store and saw this, you'd be like, the great groups. What are the great groups in 1974? There's so many directions this could go. Looking at that, you would think maybe, I don't know, pop vocalists maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say, but in any case, it's a very strange setup here. So now we're going to have to read the song list off of the albums, which is my favorite thing to do. We have this one here. This is side C and D. So we're going to go back. We're going to start with A, because somebody's got to do something that makes sense here. So here we have side B and side A. I actually like this RCA label because it's a little bit different than the typical ones that I'm used to. So let's start with side A. This is in pretty good condition, by the way. It's weird. There is like, and I think it was part of the pressing, to be honest, because it's too perfect not to be. But there's like a bubbled star right in the middle. I don't know if you can see that, but that I find just fascinating because I don't know what glitch might have happened in pressing, if there was something that didn't flatten out right. If so, it's weird how it's kind of perfect like that. In any case, obviously, more so than the cover, more so than anything else, the music is the most important thing. I say it all the time, although people just tend to argue with me about everything, and I don't know why. So we're going to start out with the King Sisters, In the Mood, This is orchestra conducted by Alvino Rey. So we're looking at, just off of this, potential orchestra versions of popular songs. Then we get You, You, You by the Ames Brothers with Hugo Winterhaller and his orchestra. I sense a theme. Then we go to Stardust, which is Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra. Then it just says the Pied Piper, so that must be his orchestra vocal. So Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra, the Pied Piper's vocal. So make of that what you will. Then we'll get I'll Be With You in Apple Blossom Time by the Andrews Sisters. I love the Andrews Sisters. Then You Will Always Hurt the One You Love by the Mills Brothers. Boy, that's probably true. Because they have the most invested in you. It doesn't mean that you're going out of your way to, but it's kind of like they say that you get in most accidents within, 2 miles of your home, because you spend more time within 2 miles of your home than you do further than 2 miles of your home. So it makes sense that law of averages, that would be where you would get in most accidents. See, this is a little bit dirty though too, so there's a little bit on there. So again, guessing that Gail just was gifted this album. Interesting title here to start off side B. It's called Street of Dreams, not the Rainbow one. This is Tommy Dorsey again. Then we get Old Buttermilk Sky by the Mellowlarks. I'm not familiar with that one. I haven't listened to this yet, by the way. Then it says, then there's like a space for them to get in RCA Special Products. I don't know why they're interrupting the song list with that. They did that on the other side too. I didn't notice that. Okay, so you have to say it everywhere, so that you're not going to know by the different label or anything like that. So track 3 is Till Then by the Mills Brothers. Again, another repeat. Track 4, we get Belmer Bist de Schoen. Guessing that's German. The Andrews Sisters again. Then 5, we get Dream by the Pied Pipers. It doesn't say Tommy Dorsey's orchestra, it just says the Pied Pipers. Their vocals, it looks like they're a vocal section, because we get the same thing here, the Pied Pipers, comma, vocal. So I'm guessing it's a vocal section. Then we get our last song on this one is Ragmop from the Great Groups, which is the Ames Brothers with Sid Raymond's orchestra. Don't know if I'm pronouncing most of these names right. I hope I am, but I wouldn't know. I don't even know which side of the album cover is the A side, to be honest, because they're the same thing on both sides. I'm only going by which side is open, and the way this thing is gone, it could open on the left instead of the right, for all I know. So this album looks a little bit better, in better condition. No scratches or anything on these, by the way. It's just a little dirty on the first one. So side C, we get Paper Doll by the Mills Brothers. So it looks like probably everybody that's signed to RCA, then you don't have to deal with the licensing thing. But, again, if you wanted to reissue this, you've already issued it. The people that want it are going to find this copy. So to reissue it, probably not a whole lot of value in that expense. So Paper Doll, Mills Brothers. Then we get, Accentuate the Positive. These are all split up by hyphens. Accentuate. Then in bold letters, the Positive. And this is the King Sisters with Buddy Cole and his orchestra. That's going to be interesting to listen to. Track 3 is on I'll Never Smile Again. Look who's back. It's Tommy Dorsey. Then we get Twilight Time by the Three Sons, their first appearance on this collection. And then we get Don't Get Around Much Anymore by the Ames Brothers. And I feel attacked, because that is my life. Finally, side D. How many times do you want to guess at Tommy Dorsey? I'm going to guess one more. I'm going to guess that we get one more. So we start out with the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Of course, that's going to be the Andrews Sisters. That is a classic Andrews Sister song. I don't remember why. I know it came from a movie. I don't know what movie it was. Then we get Melody d'Amour, which they have to tell you is Melody of Love by the Ames Brothers and the Hugo Winhaller and his orchestra. So one more time for Hugo Winterthaler. Then we get Moonglow by the King Sisters with the Rhythm Rays, Reys. Don't know what that is, but it's in quotes. Then we get Peg O My Heart by the Harmonicats. We've covered the Harmonicats from, ironically, Peter Gardot's collection, which is, Peter is the partner of Mark, who do the 70s Weekly Countdown with Mark and Pete. So it always comes back to the 70s Weekly Countdown with Mark and Pete. There you go. Then we get There Are Such Things by Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra, the Pied Piper's vocal. I knew it. I win. And then, actually, I win because this is just a wonderful collection. And then our final track on this extravaganza is The Land Is Your Land by the Limelighters. So a couple of bands that only appeared once. We get some bands that appear on every side of this collection. Very interesting combination of things. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, Mark. This is such an incredible collection. It really means a lot to me that you sent this to me. I'm sure there's a lot of value and nostalgia in these items for you, and really means a lot that you dug through and picked out some stuff you thought I would like. And I'm sure I will when I get to listen to everything. But yeah, hideous cover on this one. And maybe it's because it's around Halloween time. Maybe I've looked at too many covers by Misfits and Samhain that I just see ghouls and not, or maybe I'm just too big of a fan of horror movies and Halloween. I don't know. Yeah. Interesting stuff, though. So let me know in the comments if you think if you'd like to hear about my CD collection, if you would not like to hear about my CD collection, and we'll go from there. So we got a few more days. I think there's four more, I want to say, that I have to share. So we'll get through those, and then we'll see what the final decision is. If I don't do any more videos, it's because I decided not to do the CDs. If I do videos, it's because I did. I do have a couple more albums on the way. One is a pre-order of my friend Graham Bonnet, Bethany Heavenstone, Conrad Pesanato, doing their performance of the Graham Bonnet Band that I got to see live at the Whiskey A Go-Go, the one and only show I've ever been to at the Whiskey. It was a very special night for them. They happened to be filming with the plan of releasing it. They also decided to release an audio version. So I opted what I wanted. I felt the Blu-ray might not be something I would need, so I went with the CD-DVD combo. Because I wanted a digital copy of the album, so the CD and the DVD combo, and then I got the marble double vinyl. And I got the marble double vinyl because I didn't like the gold as much. I thought the marble looked more interesting, but also the Marbles is Graham Bonnet's big first band. So it just kind of all worked and tied together. So yeah, I've got that on the way, but tomorrow for episode 300, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because, I got to build a little suspense. I don't have much of that I can do in life. But tomorrow is a very random thing that I was very happy to see. Didn't even care about the price. I just grabbed it. There was no price on there. Everything around it was around like the $4 to $5 range. So I didn't really think, it was going to be too extravagant, and it wasn't. So I was pleasantly surprised by the price. But it just happened to be that I was out with a dear friend of mine who was in town. We were having coffee. I looked on my map and I saw that there was a used record store about a mile away. So after we parted ways, I just took a walk. It was a beautiful autumn day. Some houses already had some Halloween decorations up, just through a neighborhood to another major street, and went to this used record store that I didn't know existed. I'd never been downtown Tulsa, so that was an experience. And I happened to find a little something special. So that will be episode 300 tomorrow, and then we'll do the last three from there. So you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Cheers.